Many are called, but few are chosen. Chantal derived her own meaning from the phrase, that many women wanted to be born beautiful, live a life of wealth and privilege, and marry the man of their dreams, but only a select few would seize all three. With Chantal's gleaming honey blonde hair, her sun-kissed bronze skin, flawless features, and a body no man could resist, there was no doubt in her mind that she was one of the few who were chosen. Chantal felt that no one, including her parents, understood her determination for reaching greatness. Instead of people viewing her attitude as confident, they called her stuck-up and arrogant. Chantal's parents would consistently tell her to be more humble, but she ignored them. Chantal had already made up her mind. No one would stop her from living her dreams.
Well, a man gotta work, and it's hard out here.
I don't understand why you just don't get one good job that would pay all the bills instead of getting nickel and dimed at those other little jobs you got.
Because nothing in this life is guaranteed. I like knowing that if one job lay me off, then I have another to fall back on.
Chantal took in a deep breath and rolled her eyes. With all these little jobs you got, I'm sure you can spare $20?
What you need $20 for?
He asked suspiciously. I need to get a pedicure.
What in the world? Is that the procedure for your feet?
Chantal ogled her dad for a moment, not sure if he was serious with his question. Yes.
Well, I'll be. You actually have to pay for that? I thought you were supposed to clean your own feet.
Daddy, if you don't want to do it yourself, then yeah, you have to pay somebody to do it. It's a job. Ain't nothing for free.
Sorry, but I can't help you with that one. Your mother needs some money for groceries.
Her mother nodded yes, while her head was still buried in the Bible. Although she was supposed to be reading, her ears were obviously still listening. We don't need no more food up in this house. I can't believe y'all gonna have me walking around with jacked up toes because you want some more pork on the table.
Now, ain't nothing wrong with some good pork, Chantal.
Oh, please. I'll see you later. Dear, you haven't touched your breakfast. Her mother looked up and said, I'm running late, and I don't want to miss the bus. Give it to Daddy. I'm sure he's still hungry, since he needs to give you money to buy more food. Chantal's parents looked at each other, and she stared at them for a moment. She didn't understand how they could have produced her. Physically, she understood, because although both were in their 50s, Chantal could still tell that at one time they had been a striking couple. Chantal's mother put her in mind of Diane Carroll, and her father was what many of her classmates labeled her, a mutt. He was a combination of African American, Irish, Venezuelan, and Italian. None of that mattered to Chantal because when she looked in the mirror, all she saw was a gorgeous, exotic-looking black girl. Yes, their physical genes ran through Chantal's blood, but that's where the similarities ended. Her mother was a devout Christian who never raised her voice, and her father was just plain clueless. Chantal wondered if the fact that her parents had her later in life played a role in why they were so different from her. Chantal's mother had been told she couldn't have any children, so when they conceived Chantal, they called her their miracle child. When Chantal was born, they spoiled her rotten, not in a materialistic way, because the Morgans didn't have the money to do so, which added to their guilt. But they spoiled Chantal by letting her say and do whatever she wanted. So although Mrs. Morgan was an avid Bible reader, she must have missed the passage that said, "Spare the rod and spoil the child."
Chantal, don't be that way. Here, take this 20 and go get your feet all pretty.
Thank you, Daddy. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Chantal kissed her father on the forehead, but not before making sure the 20 was placed securely in her back pocket. Chantal's father just smiled in his customary fashion while Mrs. Morgan discreetly shook her head. Mrs. Morgan